first down here in Liberal.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, especially in the last two games, you think about all they kind of went wrong in just the last minute. I mean, the Blue Dragons really in those last two games played pretty good basketball for about 39 minutes, and it was that last minute that really got to them. You think about the game at Colby, had a 4-point lead with 1:04. You lose that one in regulation. Against Barton, had a 5-point lead with a minute left, and really Barton had to have everything go right in that final minute to even force overtime, and that's exactly what happened for the Cougars. 3 straight possessions and 3-pointers came off of each one of those, and it all started with an offensive rebound, something we're going to talk a little bit more about as we progress into this game. The Blue Dragons have given up way too many offensive rebounds over the course of especially the last 3 games. So it starts with an offensive rebound. The Cougars are able to knock down a 3. The Dragons, meanwhile, are hitting all the free throws, doing everything right on the other end, but then another 3 is hit on a kick out in which perhaps a travel could have been called. Gets down to 4.6 seconds left, and in between 2 defenders, 2 sophomore defenders for the Blue Dragons, Bowles was able to knock down a 3 to force it into overtime, and then in the overtime session, it was all Cougars. So now for the Blue Dragons, the question is, can you put all those woes behind you? Yeah, you know where you're at. You know you now have 6 losses. A lot of it has to do with the way you played in January, but it's a new, as you said, flip to the calendar. Now can you show the potential that you kind of showed a little bit throughout the season?
I still like this team. I think it's just a little bit of bad luck went their way, because in that last 30 seconds against Barton, everything, we got calls where they touched it out of bounds, we had a possession, and things were going right, and you thought you had it pretty much in the bag, and all of a sudden they knocked down a 3 from the corner like you described. We come down and hit 2 free throws, and then they're able to come up and have enough time with 4.5 seconds to go, 4.6 thereabouts to spin. And I called all along. I said, and that's hindsight, but I said I would have grabbed someplace in there when he did the spin. We needed to have a grab, not in a shooting situation, but that didn't happen. And credit Barton. Boy, they've used that momentum today. They hung 129 on Garden City, 129 to 101. Was the final, so Barton keeps on winning. Colby also winning. This is a must-win for Hutchinson tonight.
Yeah, the Blue Dragons really have to get back on track, and the problem is some of the things you just described. The Blue Dragons, to me, have kind of plateaued. You know, earlier in the season, you looked at the Blue Dragons who were in the tournament out here in Liberal, so you got to see Seward take on the same teams that the Blue Dragons were playing, and you got to kind of see where those teams were at from not only the beginning of the season, but toward the middle and even the last few stretches of games. And for the most part, at the start of the season, the Blue Dragons were head and shoulders better, apples to apples, than were the Saints. And then recently, the Blue Dragons have kind of plateaued, and the Saints have gotten a little bit better. And that's what makes this matchup so interesting here this evening.
Now, you might think we're talking like Chicken Little, that the sky is falling. It is not, because we're just wrapping up that first run through the conference. We will start coming up again on this coming Wednesday as we'll wrap it up on Wednesday we'll start it again because we take on Northwest Kansas Tech, but it's a long road trip all the way out to Goodland. Will take place on Wednesday, and then we'll get going. And before you know it, March is going to be here, and that's when the tournament will start. And actually, the first day for the guys would be on that Wednesday, either at home or on the road, unless they're able to rally back and get a bye, some way win the conference. Right now, Colby and Barton kind of in the driver's seats there. Both of them are tied for first place. And then after that is Kraft, and after that is Hutchinson. Guess who's right behind? Now that's Blue Dragons.
Yeah, so
Seward Saints.
Hutchinson kind of in that battle right now. There's 3 teams trying to battle for that 4th position in the Jayhawk West, and there's only 2 spots to fill. So the Blue Dragons have to at least get ahead of Pratt and get ahead of Seward, and you do it by getting a win here against the Saints, and then you have to even things out in that series against Pratt here in a couple of weeks.
So glad to have you along tonight. Again, the ladies won in dramatic fashion, 72-70, led by 15 in the first quarter, first half of play. And as at one time it was 20-5, and all of a sudden Seward started nipping at them. And Seward actually took the lead late on about 2 or 3 different occasions, but Hutchinson hung in there, got a couple big threes, one by Alford and a couple other ones, and Hutchinson was able to hang in. Had his last possession, took it down, and Abby Ogle with a good look to the right side, put it up and in, and got the shooter's roll on that one, and a nice win, a very nice win by the Lady Blue Dragons.
Blue Dragons only shot 8 times in that fourth quarter, made 3 of 8 shots. You mentioned 2 of those 3 were three-pointers, and then the big layup by Abby Ogle. And maybe surprisingly for a lot of people, when you look at the stats and say, well, the Blue Dragons are last in the conference when it comes to free throws. They've not shot free throws well. Did pretty well in that fourth quarter and made 7 of 10 free throws. So just enough there to keep the Blue Dragons on pace, even though they were outscored in that second half, to win the overall contest.
Yeah, now they're in the driver's seat in the league, and they can sit back and continue to play some good ball. They're healthy. They're back in it, and they're doing a great job. So congratulations to John Onges' team. They are 8th ranked. We'll see if that moves them up or not, because Seward was number 12 ranked. But we'll see what happens when the polls come out on Monday. So so glad that they were able to get the big win here. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. They have yet to start the clock. When that doesn't mean anything, they're going to go just right down to 0. So we'll see what they do now. They got it over here at 8:57. Thank you, Darren. And we will take a quick 2-minute timeout, though, and come back and talk more about this ball game. I'll run down some of the other scores from the conference today, because a lot of games are already completed. And we'll be back with more from the Greenhouse in Liberal. Darren Dunn, along with yours truly, Glenn Grunwald. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
There's gold in their heels or jewelry boxes. Turn your broken or no longer worn gold and silver jewelry into cash at Salt City Pawn and Jewelry. We give you an instant cash price for rings, necklaces, pendants, bracelets, and even dental gold or broken jewelry. No sense letting it collect dust in the jewelry box. Clean it out and turn it into cash. We also buy electronics, video games, firearms, tools, and more. We pay you in cash, so come see what your items are worth and leave with more of the green stuff. Find us on the web at saltcitypawn.com, call 662-0403, or stop in at 916 East 4th in Hutchinson.
Hi, Brian Bobo, General Manager at Midwest Superstores. With the inclement weather and everyday life, if you're ever in need of a body shop, we have a great one. Also, we work on all makes and models of cars, and with most insurance companies. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30. We do all repairs from the small dents and scratches to roof replacements and more. So come out and see us, or send a tow truck to 1100 East 30th, north side of the building. Call at 620-662-6631. Visit us online at MidwestSuperstore.com.
Basketballs are bouncing and crowds are cheering. Your best offense during cold and flu season is a good defense. Drink plenty of liquids, get plenty of rest, and keep your hands sanitized. If a bug still manages to get you, Ashcraft Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy, has over-the-counter medications that can help. Or if you need a prescription, we offer free mail-out, free delivery, or call ahead for our handy curbside service. Go Dragons! From Ashcraft Pharmacy in the Hart Shopping Center, South Hutchinson, and Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Need to send someone money? Pay a babysitter? Split the bill? Use FirstPay. It is the person-to-person payment option located right inside your online banking app. There is no need to download an additional application. It is simple, safe, and secure. We're first for you. Visit fnbhutch.bank to learn more, or click on your First National Bank app to get started. You can also stop into a location nearest you, and we're happy to help. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Greenhouse in Liberal. Glenn Grunwald along with, again, Darren Dunn. So glad to have you along. But this is going to be a good one tonight. I have really feeling good vibrations from the Blue Dragons. Talked to the kids a little concerned about Saquon Singleton's hip. He did not go yesterday. He had got a hip pointer. He took a really ugly fall the other night against Martin and was really hurting after the game. I texted him the next day, and he said he was still sore, was getting some treatment, and then he told me he didn't go yesterday, but it feels pretty good, so we'll see how long he can go. And Darren, just a matter of hoping that he doesn't get bumped or anything like that to aggravate that. We really need Saquon in there, and we've got to get our three-point shooting going again as well. Starting to show signs of that the other night with Baker playing well, so we'll see what's going to happen in this ball game.
Oh, yeah, what a game Baker was able to have. Well, I guess it was a couple nights ago where he had the really big game, just 1 for 5 from the three-point line for him. So, yes, you want to see him get back into his groove. He's well on his way to setting the single-season record for three-point shooting percentage, and he leads the conference right now in that three-point shooting percentage. For Singleton, he does so many things kind of quietly. I mean, you might not know it watching the game, but when you go back and look, he leads the team in rebounds, in assists, in steals, and in his assist-to-turnover ratio. And I think that's one big thing to kind of point out going into this evening. There are no key players for Seward with a 1.0 or better assist-to-turnover ratio. They're all at .8 or below. Meanwhile, 4 players for the Blue Dragons are at 1.0 or better in that assist-to-turnover category.
And that's the difference in that is Saquon knows he's going to draw a crowd when he goes in there. He tries to kick it out. The outside, if you're knocking down threes, it'll open up the inside play for him and Queth and some others as well. Matt Mayers when he's in there. And the reverse is true, too. If you're being able to score inside, it's going to open up for the outside guys with the kick out. So we'll see what's going to take place. Here's some of the scores from today earlier, and then we're going to get to set with our starting lineups coming up in just a little bit. It was Allen all over the Osho, 81-70. That was at Allen. That is the final on the east side. Barton did away with Garden City, 129-101. And then Colby was able to still continue to win. They got to win at Pratt, 85-75. And then on the east side, there's a little bit in Fort Scott score. Fort Scott winning big, 74-55. Coffeyville was beat by Butler at Butler, 71-64. So there's a former coach of Jay Herkelman going and getting a win down at home in Butler. And then you look at Independence and Community College in Cali. They're playing yet tonight. This game as well. And also, that's going to pretty much wrap it up. Pratt and is at Barton coming up on this coming Wednesday. So that kind of wraps up some of the scores from today. So, again, Colby and Barton continue to win. So Hutchinson still chasing them. And we'll see what happens with the Pratt loss. We can move up and get a little bit closer with that. So we played well on this court. There's been a couple games that have gotten away from us. And, again, the last year, a little bit of Seward kind of had the number in the last 3, but the last time we won here was in 2017 and won by a 7-point margin, 76-69. So last year they nipped us in Park City, 81-76. We're out here to try to spoil their night a little bit. We'll see what's going to happen here.
Three-game losing streak to the Saints looking to snap. Remember, the Saints had that run to the national tournament a season ago.
We will take one more 1-minute timeout. We'll come back and set starting lineups coming your way. We'll probably more than likely have the national anthem. And again, set tight. It was a beautiful day today, even now including out here. Boy, did they ever get the snow. 15 inches of snow out here in Liberal. And a beautiful day. It'll be a beautiful day tomorrow for the Super Bowl as well. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back with more from the greenhouse right after this timeout.
HCC Sports on Radio is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members. Mega Manufacturing, Sporting Chiropractic Center, Papa John's Pizza, A&A Builders, Barclay Plumbing Company, Sutton Kaufman Transmission Service, Lowen Corporation, Old Office Shares, Dr. Eric Severud with Alliance Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Todd and Cindy Miller of Homestead Senior Care, Man Wyatt and Rice Injury Lawyers, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert F. of the Hutchinson Clinic, and the Green Vision Group of Hutchinson. Hi, this is Rob, and I want to tell you about one of my favorite places in Kansas to get a melt-in-your-mouth cheeseburger. It's RV Drive-In, where they've been serving up fresh food, not fast food, since 1948. They're famous for their burgers, but you can also try their homemade pork tenderloin sandwich, patty melts, BLTs, and so much more. Tuesday, Thursday evenings, Friday, and Saturday, they make their homemade onion rings that are the best I've ever eaten. RV Drive-In, Kansas' oldest drive-in at 201 East Avenue A and online at rvdrivein.com. Go Blue Dragons!
Well, let's get set for your starting lineups coming your way in just a little bit as they'll be lining up here to go with it. So, Darren, what do we have?
Up for the Blue Dragons, they're going to start a lineup, kind of get back to the roots earlier in the season, the lineup that has gone 5-2 on the season. It's Saquon Singleton, the 6'6" sophomore out of the Bronx, New York, wearing number 1. 6'4" sophomore out of Washington, D.C., number 2, DJ Mitchell. The 6'1" sophomore out of Wichita, Kansas, number 10, Tyler Brown. 6'4" freshman from Tempe, Arizona, number 13, Josh Baker. And then Big Fred, the 7-footer, the sophomore from Nairobi, Kenya, Fred Othiambo, wearing number 33. For the Saints, the 6'4" freshman from Little Rock, Arkansas, number 5, Greg Johnson, averaging 10.6 points per game. Number 11, 6'7" freshman from the Bronx, New York, Surikata Jawara. And the 6'2" sophomore out of Homedale, New Jersey, number 12, Kyle Cardasi. Number 15, a 6'10" freshman out of the Czech Republic, Rostik Novitsky. And then finally a 6'3" sophomore out of Argentina, number 23, Ramiro Santiago.
Saints are 13-9, and they are in conference play, sitting at 6 and 7 as we will line up for our national anthem. And while we do that, we'll take a quick timeout. A 1-minute timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to the Hutchinson Medicine Shop. With the emergence of big business, not only in pharmacy, but all industries, the Medicine Shop is proud to be a thriving local business in Hutchinson. We're so thankful to our customers in Hutchinson, Reno County, and Central Kansas for your support. In turn, we're proud to be a major sponsor of the Hutch High Salthawks, as well as other area high schools, the Blue Dragons, Chiefs, Royals, Jayhawks, and Wildcats. You support us, and the Hutchinson Medicine Shop supports local sports.
Getting the most back from your tax return starts with getting the most expertise. H&R Block has more enrolled agents than any other tax preparation company, and we guarantee the accuracy of every return prepared by our tax professionals. We find every credit and deduction to lower your tax bill. Put our expertise to work on your return, and don't just get your taxes done, get your taxes won. In Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
The Sublette High School Band, as they introduce local bands. They're just from up the road to the north a little bit. Sublette High School, a small school back down in southwest Kansas. And they're going to get set for starting lineups coming down on the floor. And Jason Sauter, in his third year, has done a good job. Like you mentioned, got him to the national tournament. Had a really good team last year, and they're coming off a 78-53 win over Northwest Kansas Tech. Right here in the greenhouse.
Yeah, really took care of the Mavericks, and that's kind of what you've seen. You've seen Seward really playing a little bit better against some of the same teams that the Blue Dragons have been facing up against. That wasn't necessarily the case early on in the season, but it has been throughout the last stretch of games. So Seward really playing a lot better, and the Blue Dragons have kind of plateaued, at least in that month of January.
On a big crowd here earlier, the little round ball elementary, even maybe younger team in here out of Perrington, Texas, put on a show at halftime of the girls' game. They lost quite a few people at that time, and then, of course, they always follow their girls so well because they had a long winning streak. And still there's a good crowd here for this Saturday night as they're now showing a highlight video. They've jazzed that up a couple times. A little bit bigger screen to the west wall, I'm going to say, Darren, than we have to the screen to our right, but still nice to have both video screens like they have here, and it makes a nice addition here to the greenhouse.
Yeah, one of the first things when teams look to upgrade, that's kind of what they're looking at, is getting those jumbotrons as they are into the buildings. And when you can get two like they have here, like we have in the sports arena, that adds a lot to your facility.
Again, the Lady Dragons winners 72-70, and a little layup with 2.7 seconds to go, and we're able to hold on as the ball just was loose on the floor, and Seward was not able to get away a shot, and it made it a big win for Hutchinson. They came in here and got a big win, and will travel out to Goodland on Wednesday to take on Northwest Kansas Tech. So now they're going to go with the Saints, as they just now wrapped up with their video highlights. And as you mentioned, Darren's already called them out. Going to go with Johnson, averages 10.6 a game. They've had a lot of success here in the greenhouse, and good electric atmosphere. You got the baseball team in front of us. They'll be giving Coach Eck a hard time, as they did Coach Chalmers in the girls' game. I don't know if you noticed, but one of Seward's finest had to come over and kind of tap him on the shoulder and say to settle down a little bit. I didn't know if you noticed that in the girls' game.
They didn't say that to you?
No, to the baseball
to the baseball team. Okay.
Yes, not to me. I was mild-mannered. You know that.
Well, I didn't know. I saw somebody from Seward in a suit pumping up.
That was the
crowd.
president.
That was the president.
That was the president.
Okay.
That was doing the high fives up and down, and
I was like, that's not a mascot. That's not a cheerleader. That is a man
that's the
in a
president of
suit.
the college that was running up and down. But to all avail, his team was defeated 72-70. So we'll see what happens here. I'm anxious to see how the Blue Dragons bounce back, because tell you what, Fred Othiambo played really well the other night against Barton. Had 8 points, not his high for this year, but a good outing for him.
Well, 8 points, and 6 of them come from dunks. I mean, he was so big on the inside. Matt Mayers was big on the inside when he came in, too, so maybe a little bit surprised, especially down the stretch. Those two guys didn't see more minutes.
Yeah, and he's going to match up against 6'10 Nowitzki as well tonight. He's going to jump center with him, so that could be a big matchup that we'll keep our eye on. See if Tyler Brown and Baker get untracked as well, along with DJ Mitchell. Tips controlled by Hutchinson as Saquon Singleton comes up with the basketball. All 6'6" of him out of, again, the Bronx, New York. Gives it off to Brown out top. Here's Baker on the left wing. Dribbles it to the top of the key, and they try to get the steal. Not there. Here's Mitchell. Just underway. First possession of the ball game for Hutchinson. Mitchell drives in, finds an opening, puts it up, and scores it. Nice job by DJ Mitchell to take advantage of a little opening. Got in there, crowded up real quick, but he was able to put it up and get it up and in.
Picking up where he left off at 19 points against the Cougars.
Here's a drive. They'll kick it back on the outside. Jawara, three-pointer from the corner right, does not go, and a missed shot put up by Santiago, and the rebound's cleared out by Hutchinson. Baker on the outside. Over to Saquon Singleton. Here's DJ Mitchell again with the ball, with the famous headband that he has on. Here's outside to Baker. Shifts gears into the paint. Kicks it underneath. Saquon slices. Puts it up and in. Nice wraparound layup by Saquon Singleton. And with 18:56 to go in his first half of play, Hutchinson off and running with a 4-0 lead. Entry pass comes down low to get Nowitzki back outside. Into the hands now of Jawara. Nowitzki looked like he might have traveled with the basketball. Gets the three off. It's no good. Rebound cleared out by Saquon Singleton. So he just comes up and takes it away. They try to knock it away from behind, and Jawara had a hand in there. Here's a Brown three. It won't go. It's tipped out. Tyler Brown gets it, lobs it down low, and it's stolen away by Jawara. I think he tried to set it up for Fred in the low blocks, but it was not there, and Seward will come up with it. First turnover by Hutchinson. Outside with the basketball. Dribble penetration. They'll kick it in the corner. Nowitzki was the shot. It's way off its mark. No good. Didn't draw iron, and Mitchell will bring the basketball up. Hutchinson will set it up. Outside now Baker. Over to Brown. Over to Singleton. Back outside now Mitchell. Goes to the right elbow. Speeds up a little bit. Yo-yo dribble. Kicks it back outside now. Here's Baker. Top of the key. Rolls in behind the back dribble at the free throw line. Give and go underneath the Brown, and he'll put it up and in. Tyler Brown on that baseline. And Darren, we saw a lot of that the other night. Nice job by T. Brown.
Blue Dragons working the ball well early offensively.
6-0. Hutchinson with a half-dozen point lead right now. 17:28 to go in his first half of play. Just underway. Oh, they think about the three, and Jawara gives it up. Now he gets it back and taps it over to Nowitzki. He'll drive in, gets airborne, and kicks it outside. Johnson with the three, and he hit it. Three-pointer by Greg Johnson. So 3 on the board. Baker comes up with it. Hutchinson lead is 6-3. And Seward was able. There's a cross-court pass that doesn't get there. Nowitzki comes up with it, all 6'10" of him. Kicks it to the corner right. Santiago threes on its way. No good. Rings out, no good. And Hutchinson comes up with a rebound. Here comes Baker. Baker into the forecourt. 6-3 ball game. 16:46 to go. First half of play. Baker ball slips away from him. Gets it to Singleton. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell drives right side. 15-footer baseline right. Does not go. Goes off the iron. A rebound cleared out by the Saints. Seward Saints to bring it up. 16.5 to go in his first half. Outside, they'll pop it again. That's Johnson. It's another one. Back-to-back craze. Makes it a 6-6 tie. Here's the drive down low. Loose basketball picked off by the Saints as Singleton tried to get it to Othiambo. Here comes Santiago with it in deep corner left. Back outside. Johnson touched it for a second. He's red hot. We're tied at 6 apiece. Feed down low to Nowitzki. Loses the ball. Brown jumps over to get it, and he'll be fouled. Nowitzki will pick up the personal. Rosenslav Nowitzki will pick up the personal. Ball comes in quickly. Mitchell turns it over. Couldn't get through the ball. Here quickly on the corner right. Santiago, the three-pointer from the right side. Doesn't go. They'll pop it outside. Big Fred to cover up. Hutchinson basketball. Here comes Saquon Singleton. Othiambo touched it. Here's Baker from the outside. It's no good. Just about stuck between rim and glass, but taken away now by Cardassi. And up the court comes the Saints. And stolen away. Baker comes up with the steal. 6-6 tie. 15:21 to go in his first half of play. The drive to the basket, foul called. His body's all over the place. It was Baker that took it in strong, and they will call the foul. If it's on Nowitzki, Darren, and it will be. That's 2 on him.
The Dragons doing a good job early getting to the rim, whether it's off the dribble drive or finding the cutter. And a couple of times they've had some turnovers only because the recipient of a good pass just wasn't ready for it.
Baker gets set here. Free throw toss is up and good. Kid can shoot free throws. His first point averages 14 points a game. Back into the lineup now. Henderson checks in, or in for the first time. Samuel Henderson out of Crowley, Texas. He'll take the Nowitzki's place. Baker's free throw's good.
Baker has only missed 6 free throws all season.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear you say that.
Well, you notice I waited until he made the second one, right?
The line on him in Colby was a perfect game. He might have had a turnover, but I'm not sure about that. He was perfect in free throws, perfect from outside the arc, and field goals as well. Ball on the outer perimeter, jumper up, and a three-pointers good. Henderson with the three, and the Saints are on top now. 9-8. Santiago got the assist. Here we go quickly underneath. Big Fred with the jam. That's what he did the other night. Very effectively. Mitchell with the assist.
I mean, this is the new and improved Fred Othiambo. And if he's going to continue to finish with the dunks, you got to keep him in the game.
And what's he doing? He's not putting it down on the floor. That's a good thing. 10-9. Hutchinson with the lead. We seesaw here through the early single points. Hutchinson with a 1-point lead now after leading by 6. Santiago in and out of the hands in the low post as Talkie was in the ball game. He's out of Bronx, New York, Stephen Talkie, and he turns the ball over.
There's the second turnover here for the Saints.
So 10-9 ball game. Hudson with the basketball in the lead. 14:26 to go in his first half of play. Lady Dragons were winners 72-70. Hutchinson men trying to do the same thing. Now, is it Baker or is it Clarence King just came in the lineup trying to get his shoe tied? I had problems with that when I was young, and now I have problems with that when I'm an old.
There's this invention called Velcro straps. I don't know if you know about them.
They might be coming. Might have to go to that. I did go that at one time, but anyway, whatever. Young puppy. Ball on the outside with the Brown. Brown's double team. Now they space it. Brown gets it across, so King as well. Over the corner, shot by DJ Mitchell. Not there. Saquon Singleton keeps it alive, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Saint basketball. Good look in the corner. Had a little bit of coverage on him. But Hudson was not able to convert it. So 10-9 now. Your score remains with 14:09 to go in the first half of play. Hutch on top.
All 9 of the Saints' points have come from the outside.
Here's Santiago on the outside. Goes over to the left side of Henderson. They'll dribble, penetrate, and a foul's called. Should be on Brown. That's who they got it on. Tyler Brown.
His first. Team first.
Tomorrow is Groundhog Day, and also the Super Bowl, of course. For Groundhog Day, I don't know if Puxatawny Phil's going to see his shadow or not. Henderson on the outside, down low. Blocking foul called on DJ Mitchell.
Yeah, the only reason that goes down in the books as a block is because he doesn't get quite outside that restricted area.
So he picks up the personal. That'll be his first.
DJ Mitchell, his first. Second.
Yeah, if he could have gone outside the restricted area, he probably would have been a charge. Inbounding will be Henderson.
Also production with 13, Josh Baker.
Baker comes back in the ball game. O'Cone in there as well for Hutchinson. Ball stolen away. Or inbounded, that should be the Singleton. He'll lay it up and miss it. Gets his own board. Saquon wants to go up strong, gets hammered, nothing there. Santiago comes away with it, but King comes up and gets the ball. Here's Baker on the outside right. Back to King, and Hutch will set it up. 13:32 to go. Here's Singleton. Bounces inside, gets it out to Baker on a kick out. Three-pointer's good.
Three-point basket by
Baker rings the bell from outside. He has 5 points, and Hutchinson with the lead now. With 13:18 to go. 13-9 now. The lead is 4 for Hutch. Henderson across the top. Now they hand it off, and here comes Jawara. Down low blocks. Shot missing. Big Fred with the block right there. Talkie tried to put it up. Doesn't get it. Here's King. He'll go all the way under. O'Cone. Oh, he had a wide open slot to the basket. Doesn't get it. The tip try's not there. And they take it away finally by Talkie. I don't think that O'Cone realized how open he was right through the basket. Here's Santiago. A 4-point Hutchinson lead. Left side with it. Cardassi shot up and on his way. No good. Big Fred with the rebound. Hutchinson rebound for Othiambo. Hutchinson will bring it up. 12:32 to go in his first half. Again, we'll have the media timeout after the 10-minute mark. Here's O'Cone. Hutch weaving it out front. Baker to King. Clarence King out of Lawrence. Here's O'Cone out of Wichita. Hands the ball off. Baker a little deeper now in his weave. He gives it out. The three-point play does not go for King. Othiambo had it for a second. Gets it to King. He goes up strong and gets called for the travel.
Well, despite the outcome, I can tell you that Fred Othiambo is working very hard on the inside, and he's going to get rewarded with a break. Now, here's what we need to see. Will Fred Othiambo come back later in this half? Too often, when he goes to the bench at this point, he never comes back.
We'll see how he does, because he really stepped it up the other night, and he's been active there. That was actually a pass inside, and it just King could not get the basket to go. 13-9, Hutch with the lead by 4. Ball on the outside. Cardassi holds up, goes to the right side, into the hands of Johnson. He can shoot it from outside. There's a three-pointer for Jawari outside, doesn't go. And coming up the rebound, Queth comes up with it. Jayhawk West comes away with the basketball, and Hudson has the possession. Here's Baker just about losing it. What a ball hawk out there. Henderson underneath the Jayhawk. He'll go on the right side and score it. Good to see. Jayhawk with the basket. Not Fred Othiambo, if you heard the PA, as Jayhawk with the basket. Ball on the right side. Dribble penetration. Held up back outside. Oh, got away with the travel. Steve was trying to call for it. Go down low on her knee. Shot up and good. Getting it done inside was Talkie. And what do we have called?
I think you get a delay warning. The ball coming through the basket there.
Jason Sauter a little upset about the call. I saw Quest say something to the referee down at the other end that was his basket. He wanted to make sure that was done. Here comes the inbound.
Yes, because the official is the one who's in charge of
exactly. We all know the officials are in charge of that. Here with the basketball, Baker backs his way across the half court. I mean, literally. Over to O'Cone, gets a step on the defender, goes in strong and scores it. Nice job by O'Cone. And O'Cone got Cardassi just behind by a step and took it right in and scored it. 17-11 to lead to 6 again for Hutch. Here's Henderson. He'll drive in, knife in between two players. They get a reach-in foul called on Hutchinson. O'Cone will pick up the personal.
Yeah, and O'Cone coming off a career high, 16 points against Barton.
So inbounding will be the Saints. 17-11, Hutchinson with the lead. 6-point lead with 10:37 to go in this first half. Glenn Grunwald along with Darren Dunn with the call. Jumper up and missing by Cardassi, and rebound's going to be cleared out by Hutchinson. Baker gives the Saquon. Saquon moving pretty good. Drives all the way down. Ball slips out of his hands, however. Henderson comes up with it. And here come the Saints on the runs. Henderson all the way through it and off of a Blue Dragon underneath out of bounds. So they'll inbound left side baseline. Henderson with the basketball. Gets it in real quick in the middle. Shot up and good. Talkie with just a little bit of a spin, and he puts it up and in. He has 4.
4 strong points for him. He's had to go through Queth both times to score it.
Just about turns it over. King got it back, and now it's back into the hands of the Saints, and a foul on the Blue Dragons. Ocone picks up his second. It'll be a media timeout at the 9:59 mark, just under 10-minute mark. Hutchinson with the lead, 17-13. We'll take a break as well. A 1-minute timeout coming your way right here on the Blue Dragon Sports Network.
Because you've always wanted a hot tub, Pools Plus and American Whirlpool have made it easy. Join us at the Wichita Home Show, February 6th through the 9th. Pools Plus offers hot tubs in many shapes and sizes. From smaller models up to large swim spas, you are sure to find a hot tub that fits into your life. Come check out the savings at the Wichita Home Show at Century 2, February 6th through the 9th. Same great deals going on in store at Pools Plus, 21 East 1st in downtown Hutchinson.
Call us at Pools Plus.
HCC Sports on Radio is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members. Mega Manufacturing, Horton Chiropractic Center, Papa John's Pizza, A&A Builders, Barclay Plumbing Company, Sutton Coppin Transmission Service, Lowen Corporation, Old Office Shares, Dr. Eric Severud with Alliance Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Todd and Cindy Miller of Homestead Senior Care, Man Wyatt and Rice Injury Lawyers, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, and the Green Vision Group of Hutchinson.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Greenhouse. Glenn Grunwald, Darren Dunn, glad to have you along tonight on KWW in Hutchinson as well as KHUT in Hutchinson. And we're looking at that Barton score, 129-101. They were outstanding. They were 50 out of 65 for 76.9% shooting tonight.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. I mean, people are happy with 50%, which is where the Blue Dragons are to start this game. That's just, you're talking lights out. Like, literally, that's lights out.
Right here, Hutchinson shooting 50% on 7 out of 14, and the Saints 5 out of 14, 35.7%. Hutchinson with 7 turnovers that has hurt him a little bit. Hutchinson's owned the paint, however. Ball on the outer perimeter. Ball just about knocked away from Cardassi. Gets it back, goes over to Johnson. Johnson back outside. Cardassi, quick spin pass on the right side. Basket good by Henderson. Second tray, right?
Yeah, him and Johnson have all the threes, and it's the 4 3-pointers that have kept Seward into this game.
Hutch by 1, 17-16. Here's Brown. Bounce pass underneath, can't get it to Singleton, and steals there. Coming up, loose basketball. Taki, here we go the other way. Ball rejected by Queth, and it goes into the Saints' hands. They'll shoot the 3. It's not there. Queth trying to get the rebound, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched off of Seward.
The big stat for me so far through just over 10 minutes of basketball, the Blue Dragons have not given up an offensive rebound yet. We're talking about a team that in the last 2 games has given up 14.5 offensive rebounds a contest.
Yeah, and on an even more positive note, they have rebounds total of 12 to 4 on that number. Here's Brown, tries to drive it up, gives it off to Mitchell. He brings it across, nice in between 2 defenders. Contact made, but a basket up and good by Mitchell. They'll give it to him, and no call made. So 4 points now for Mitchell as he's able to score it.
Well, if anything, you're seeing a lot of contact in the paint let go, so you got to bring your physicality tonight.
19-16, Hutchinson with the lead right now by 3, 8:42 to go. Left side, that's Johnson. He'll drive to the baseline, shoots it up off the front end of the iron, no good. Hutch with the rebound, Mitchell gets it down. Here comes Baker. Saquon Singleton drives in, puts up an off-balance basket, a shot, and it's good. Kind of scooped it underneath and puts it up, and Hutchinson now 21-16, they lead it, and the Seward full timeout's going to be taken. So with 8:25 to go in this first half of play, Hutchinson with a nice lead right now, 21-16. We'll be back with more right after this 1-minute timeout on the Blue Dragon Sports Network.
This is Carter Fowle, president of Hutchinson Community College. I invite you to join us this winter as the proud tradition of Blue Dragon men's and women's basketball continues at the historic Hutchinson Sports Arena. Both teams are favorites in the tough Jayhawk Conference, so you won't want to miss any of the action. Find the schedule at BlueDragonSports.com, like us on Facebook, and follow Blue Dragon Sports on Twitter. As always, go Blue Dragons.
No time to fix breakfast? Just call us at Anchor Away 662-3100 and we'll have it ready for you. Choose from our selection of breakfast burritos, biscuits, or one of our 5 different complete breakfast plates. Breakfast from 7 to 10:30, Monday through Saturday. If you missed us for breakfast, we're here for lunch and dinner too. Pick up your favorite Mexican dinner or take some home for the family. We're open till 9. That's Anchor Away, drive-through, carry-out, and catering under the water tower at B & Adams in Hutchinson, 662-3100.
Hutchinson's biggest score was 6-0. Right now they lead it by the score of 21-16. A 5-point edge. Saints basketball, 8:20 to go in his first half of play. Ball in the outer perimeter. They'll shoot the 3 ball. Good. A shot from outside by Cardassi. His first basket. It was a 3. 21-19 now. Hutch lead trimmed down a bit. Mitchell stops in the backcourt. Finally gets it over to Baker, and he gets it across.
Just in time.
Boy, just in time. Ball on the outside. Singleton. Singleton with the left-hand dribble crosses over, goes down low. Offensive foul on Singleton. On Saquon. That'll be his first.
I don't like it. They implemented this flopping rule, right, this year that you're supposed to warn teams on. And to me, that was more of a flop than anything. I mean, there was more contact that they let go earlier inside on the paint to call that one the way it went.
21-19, the score is a lead of 2 for Hutchinson. Here's Henderson Santiago on the outside. He was here last year. Ball comes out quickly. Cardassi. They'll lob it up. Up and good. That was not a lob. That was a shot. I could have sworn it was going to be a lob from Ibiram.
That is only his second big three-pointer of the year.
And it's 20. It is a lead now for the Saints at 22-21. But you see how he just kind of put it over his head and flung it up there.
Mm-hmm. It looked like an over-the-head pass.
That's what I thought of. I thought it was a lob when it left his hands, and all of a sudden it's in the basket. There's a loose basketball and a reach-in foul call. Queff gets whistled for the foul. Queff gets whistled for the foul, and it's 22-21 right now. Saints with the basketball.
And Queth's one guy that the Dragons are going to need a big game out of. He had 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists in that last contest. But in his last 2 games, 13 total points and 6 rebounds. Those are numbers he had been putting up easily per game, and it took him 2 games to get there.
It's 22-21. And the scout book's out on, is what Brian Miller says. And here's a drive down the low blocks. They'll kick it back outside. Saints with the lead with a shot, no good. Baker with the rebound. Hutchinson down by 1 with 6:54 to go in this first half of play. Here's King. He'll shift gears. Kicks it underneath the Quest. Layup. Good. No, it does not go. It's a 2-shot foul coming his way. That ball was halfway out the cylinder and came out, but a foul called.
Yeah, and you talk about the scouting report being out on him, and I think that's the big difference you get a lot of times between a freshman and a sophomore. That freshman year, you see that, where he has the breakout and then he's bottled up because of the scouting report. You think of guys like Shakur Houston. Scouting report got out on him, but especially that sophomore year, he was still a double-double machine. He found a way.
And he got so strong. There's a missed free throw by Queth, however. Usually a very good free throw shooter, just missed on that one. So, well, against Colby, they were pushing him out farther. He was not where he usually is in the low blocks, and that's why Matt Mayers had some success when he came in there, because you couldn't push Matt around. Second free throw missing as well, so Queth misses both of them, and the lead remains for the Saints by 1, 22-21. Quest really doing a good job of fronting the big man in the low blocks. Outside with the basketball, the drive by Henderson. They'll kick it out. The three-pointer by Cardassi is up and good. Cardassi with his second 3 in about as many minutes. He has 6 now, and the lead is 25-21 Saints. So Hutchins went from leading it by 5 to all of a sudden trailing it by 4. 6:10 to go in this first half of play. 11 on the shot clock. Mitchell drives in, contact made, foul called. They get it on the big man. Ibrahim will pick up the personal.
Dragons getting back to what kind of got them in the lead, and that driving to the basket, getting good looks on the inside, or getting a trip to the free throw line. Might point out we're seeing Josh Ursery did not play that last game, only played 4 minutes at Colby, so it's been his instances of seeing him have been few and far between.
Free throws up and good by Mitchell. Good to see DJ knock that one down. He has 5 points. Here comes Johnson into the ball game, and he will replace Santiago.
And he's one of 3 Saints right now with 2 3-pointers.
Mitchell will shoot the second one. Free throw toss is up and good. DJ with 6. Hutchinson cuts it to a 2-point margin, 25-23. Saints with the lead. Clock just past the 6-minute mark of this first half of play. Henderson, Cardassi. Ursery's into the ball game. Good to see him get into the lineup out of Peoria, Arizona. It's a drive in. They'll kick it on the outside. Cardassi thought about it, and right out there's Ursery to get on in quickly. Good on-ball defender is Ursery. Plus, he can shoot the 3-pointer. Jumper up and on its way. Rims off, no good. There's Clarence King with the rebound. Outlet quickly comes to Mitchell. Mitchell isolates, takes it inside, and a foul called on the floor on the Saints.
Personal foul, Seward.
Fouls on Johnson.
And credit DJ. He could have easily kept going to the left side of the basket. Instead, he crosses over through the paint to draw that foul.
Ball comes out. Ursery goes high to bring it down on that far side opposite us. Here's King. He'll drive in, spins in lane, puts it up. He can't get it done. Put back not there by Queth. And he's down on the floor and is in pain. Here we go the other way. The 3-point attempt is no good. The tip underneath, no good. Then they put it up and in by Johnson, and Queth might have turned an ankle.
Officials timeout.
They said Jawara got the basket, so Jawara will be credited for the 2 points to make it 27-23 with the official timeout. And Queth barely able to make it to the bench. Now he's walking under his own power.
Number 21, Matt Mayers.
And Matt Mayers will come into the lineup in place of Queth. Hastings on the Hudson in New York is where he is out of. 27-23, Saints with the lead. Baker all the way across half court, but Henderson right on his hip, now to a double team. King fires it over to Ursery, thought about it, back outside Clarence King. He's open from 3. They're just daring him to shoot it. Comes off the rim, no good. Spun out on him. Here comes Seward. They'll jump it on the outside. Cardassi, and a 3-shot foul will be coming as Ursery fought it up through into him, and Cardassi's going to shoot 3 to foul on Ursery.
Yeah, he's put into the game for a reason, to guard the 3-point line and guards it a little bit too aggressively. Meanwhile, on the other side of the court, Clarence King needs to realize he's open for a reason, because he's 1 for 14 on the year from beyond the arc.
Too tantalizing. Free throw toss is up and good by Cardassi. Out of New Jersey. Second toss, this one's up and good as well. That turned out to be a big foul.
Number 1,
Singleton checks back in, so does Tyler Brown. Ursery will check out, so will DJ Mitchell. 29-23, Saints, and Cardassi will shoot 1 more. Free throw toss, up and good. Good free throw shooting.
Seward County, number 23, Ramiro Santiago.
So all 9 of his points have come off 3-point plays.
2 pure ones and 1 old-fashioned one, kinda. Not, I guess you'd say the basket in 1 would be the old-fashioned way, but pressure in the backcourt. Baker gets the pass after Clarence King broke it with the long pass up court. That should set it up with 4.5 to go now. Down by 7, largest lead for the Saints. Clarence thought about it again. This time it's going to be a hook foul on Matt Mayers.
That's tough. You know, he's posting up against Ibrahim, and he may be wrapping him, but Ibrahim is also kicking him out. So I think you have a couple of guys just really jostling for position down there.
So Saints basketball up by 7, 30-27. They'll hand it off to Jawari. Back outside, another 3 from the outside. This time the result's not as good for Ibrahim.
Yeah.
Ibrahim with the air ball.
That looks more like the 17% three-point shooter he is. And now if you're Jason Sauter, you say, okay, do you have it out of your system?
4:14 to go in this first half of play. King will back in against Santiago. Gets it across the timeline with a second to spare. Now over to Brown, down low underneath. Matt Mayers inside, basket up and good, and a foul call. King will score it. Nice job by
Personal foul on Seward County.
Hutchinson Mayers to get it into King.
That kind of a role reversal there, right? You're used to seeing King feed the big man on the inside, and that time it's the big man feeding King.
Jawara gets the foul. Into the lineup comes Taki, checks in.
This is where Clarence really thrived against the Cougars. Had all of his points from the free throw line.
30-25. Saints, and the free throw's up again, 30-26. Saints lead is cut a little bit. Just under 4 to go in this first half of play. Santiago, bounce pass goes over to Cardace, who's really hurt us tonight. And then the ball slips off of the leg of Jawara, and he picks it up before it goes out of bounds. 11 seconds on the shot clock. He holds up on the dribble. Cardace, nice job by Brown to fight through the screen. 3 on the shot clock. The drive up and basket not there, but the foul's called a charging foul. So the foul's going to go against Jawara.
And what I like is the consistency that we're getting here. We saw the same play on the other end. It's a different official with the call, but he stays with the same call that his partner had earlier in the game.
Into the ball game now. Brasowski will check in. He's a freshman out of Perrington, Texas. We'll check into the contest. Hutchinson down by 4 is all. 30-26 right now. Saints with the lead. 3:27 to go in this first half of play. Plenty of time yet in this first half to get something done. King on the outside. Goes left side down to Brown. And reach-in foul call. I think it's going to be on Cardace. It is. Sardaki picks up the personal. That'll be his first. So Brown will go to the line to shoot free throws.
Had that early cut to the basket to score, and it really has been quiet since.
Free throw by Brown's up and good. 30-27. Hutchinson cuts that lead down to a 3-point margin. 3 points for T. Brown. Had a little wraparound a while ago, backdoor play. He scored on this one, rattles out, no good. And the score remains a 3-point edge. 30-27. Seward Saints with the lead. Right side, player control foul.
Yeah, again, a battle away from the ball, and they'll catch Santiago with it.
That'll be his first. Team 9th. Hutch will have the basketball down by 3 with 3:06 to go in this first half. Full court pressure being put on by the Saints. Comes into King, and Santiago's on him. Brings it up. 3 to get it across, and King finally shifts gears and goes on the right side. Loses the handle, but comes up with it, gets it over to Baker, where he falls out of bounds. Here's Baker, drives in. Underneath, they go to Matt Mayers. He can't handle the pass. It goes in and out of his fingertips. Out of bounds for a turnover. Tough break right there for Matt Mayers.
Good news for the Blue Dragons as Queth will return after limping off at the 5:12 mark.
Matt Mayers will take a seat. Yeah, he's still favoring his right leg a little bit. We'll see how he's going to be. So Saints with a 3-point lead have the basketball off the ball screen out top. Then they go to Brosowski. And losing the basketball in the paint's going to be the Saints. Here comes Hutch. Turnover. Seward, the layup doesn't go, but a foul's called. Baker was unable to get the basket to finish, but he'll earn them at the line. And it'll be a 2-shot foul now. Johnson picks up his second personal.
Baker does a good job of drawing the foul. Tries to finish, though, with the left hand at the right side of the basket. And I think if he tries to finish with that right hand, he gives himself a better opportunity to finish for an and one.
Free throws up and good by Baker. 3 free throws now for Baker and 6 points total. He actually is tied with Mitchell with 6 points. The toss is up and good. Got them both. Ibrahim checks back in for the Saints, and he'll match up against Queth. 30-29, a 1-point lead now for Seward, who led it a little while ago by 6. There's a steal. Clarence King jumps the route and comes up with it. Gives it up to Saquon Singleton. Singleton Under pressure, finally gets it away to King. King steps to it, drives it down, puts it off balance shot, and a foul's going to be called. 2 shots coming away. Taki picks up the personal. That'll be only his first.
Seward County number 10, Stephen Taki is his first.
So at the line now will be Hutchinson's Clarence King, the lefty out of Lawrence.
Blue Dragons number 3, Clarence King.
Clarence out of a Lawrence Lion, freshman this year, has played sparingly but done well when he was in there. Free throw toss is up and good.
A couple of cousins who are Lawrence Lions.
King with the free throw, his first point. It's a good school. Both Free State and Lawrence, fine schools. Up in the Lawrence area, right inside of town. Free throw toss, second one's good. Nice form by Clarence King. He has 2, and well, they say he has 5. I would miss one on there. I don't think that's true. Do you, Darren?
He had that and one.
Did he?
And then
okay.
3 free throws.
All right, thank you. I was missing it. Thank you very much. With the basketball down low, shot up and missing. Hutchinson gets the rebound. Here comes Baker on the run. Singleton out between the rings. Looks to the bench. Minute and 43 to go. 18 on the shot clock. Hands it off to Brown, who starts to weave it. That gives off to King. King to Baker. He's open on the top. He'll shoot and score it. So Baker gives you. Comes off that ball screen set by Brown. He has 10 points already, and Hutchinson has regained the lead.
You know, the scouting part has been to not let him shoot the 3, and he's had some wide open looks.
34-30. The lead is 4 now for Hutchinson. The jumper the other way. Shot no good. Queth with the rebound. Comes up as all of a sudden Cardazzi gets a little cold after shooting those 3-pointers, plus the 3 free throws for 3 points. Hutchinson with a minute and 2 will weave it out front. Here's Kling. He'll shoot the 3. King shoots the 3 and misses. The rebound's going to be cleared out by the Saints. Anderson sets up on the right side, but Santiago goes big down the low high post. There's the 3 ball by Henderson. Santiago with the rebound, puts up a crazy shot and scores it. How in the world did he get that shot to even go off? Santiago with his first basket was falling down, just gave it a fling, and up and in it went.
And we'll have to double check. That might only be like the second offensive rebound the Dragons have given up.
Here's the feed down low. Inside, Singleton with the basket. Saquon Singleton with the basket inside, makes it 36-32. Hutchinson answering those runs that the Saints are making after him right now. Here's Henderson on side. Got to watch his speed. He'll kick it right side. Cardazzi back to the big man. He'll fling it again, hit it again. Ibrahim with the 3 from outside, and that ends the first half of play on a positive note for the Saints. They pull it within 1. Blue Dragons 36, Saints 35. We'll take a timeout, come back and add up the numbers. It's 7 minutes to shot in-game capsule. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout right here on the Blue Dragons Sports Network.
Like a good deal? Need a new phone? Listen up. Trade in your old device at Nextech Wireless and get half off any smartphone. Then take your shiny new phone shopping with your $100 Visa gift card. That's any smartphone, plus cash to spend. Oh yeah, need more lines? No problem. Get a new smartphone at half price for everyone in the family, plus up to $300 in Visa gift cards. Visit Nextech Wireless today. Your new phone and cash are waiting. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Needing repairs, parts, belts, or bags for your vacuum? How about free pickup and delivery for any service? Hi, this is Donna Pitzer, the Bag Lady. I work on all vacuums, including Auric, Kirby, Simplicity, Riccar, Hoover, Kinmar, and all Panasonics. I can get bags and parts for almost any vacuum. Plus, in most cases, I'll save you up to 40% on your bag purchases. Best of all, I deliver at no charge for all services I offer. For parts, bags, or service of your vacuum, call me, Donna Pitzer, the Bag Lady, at 663-4322.
Hi, Brian Bobo, General Manager at Midwest Superstores. With the inclement weather and everyday life, if you're ever in need of a body shop, we have a great one. Also, we work on all makes and models of cars, and with most insurance companies. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30. We do all repairs from the small dents and scratches to roof replacements and more. So come out and see us, or send a tow truck to 1100 East 30th, north side of the building. Call at 620-662-6631. Visit us online at MidwestSuperstore.com. HutchinsonCommunityCollege.com.
Basketballs are bouncing and crowds are cheering. Your best offense during cold and flu season is a good defense. Drink plenty of liquids, get plenty of rest, and keep your hands sanitized. If a bug still manages to get you, Ashcraft Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy, has over-the-counter medications that can help. Or if you need a prescription, we offer free mail-out, free delivery, or call ahead for our handy curbside service. Go Dragons! From Ashcraft Pharmacy in the Hart Shopping Center, South Hutchinson, and Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Now, welcome back to the greenhouse. It is halftime, and a big three-point shot put up by Ibrahim. He's 2 for 3, and he just puts it over his head and flings it away. It's a one-point ball game, a good ball game, 36-35. Hutchinson leading in most of the categories that we usually look at in the paint. Points off of turnovers, 10-8 right there. Paint totals 20-8. Second chance points, though, they're down by 1, 4-3, and then also off the bench, 16 points for Seward. But Hutchinson shooting 52.2% on 12 out of 22. Saints have made as many, but they've taken more, 12 out of 31, 38.7. What's the other numbers look like, Darren?
Yeah, the Saints really have been kept in this ball game by the three-point ball. 4 players have 2 made three-pointers for the team to go 8 for 20 from distance. With about 4:33 left, Seward led by 7 points. The Blue Dragons used the next 3.5 minutes to go on 11-0 run to get that lead back for the Blue Dragons here going into the break. For Seward, Sam Henderson, 6 points off a couple made three-pointers. Greg Johnson, same story. 6 points off a couple made three-pointers. Kyle Cardacey, 9 points. He has a couple of made three-pointers. And Ahmed Ibrahim, the 17% three-point shooter on the year, comes in with only 1 made three-pointer. Has a couple of that first half to finish with 6. A big thing to underline, Blue Dragons only gave up 3 offensive rebounds that led to those 4 second chance points. So it's good to see the Blue Dragons doing a little bit better job boxing out on that end. The Dragons lead the rebounding category overall 20-12. For the Blue Dragons, a couple of made three-pointers. Both come from Josh Baker. He has 10 points. 6 for Saquon Singleton, 6 for DJ Mitchell as well. Fred Othiambo provided 4 rebounds and had a dunk. He only ended up playing 9 minutes in that first half. He started the game, and after he came out, he didn't come back in. So we'll see how many minutes he puts in that second half. But Jayhawk West came out limping. Good to see him come back in to finish out that first half of action. And we saw Matt Mayers put in a pair of minutes as well on the inside for Hutchinson.
That is your Medicine Shop in-game capsule, brought to you by the Little White Castle at 14th and Main. We talk a lot about the Little White Castle at 14th and Main. You know why? It's pretty special. It's been around for a long time. It's locally owned. Think about that for a second, folks. It's locally owned, and they'll get your pharmaceuticals for you. They'll transfer them from another pharmacy if you want to decide to use them. They're centrally located. Also, they will transfer your pharmaceuticals, like I said, and plus deliver them on top of that. Great over-the-counter products, prescription-grade CBD oils. They just got it going together right there. Rick and the gang, his daughter Lacey. Brent Ballman is a compound pharmacist, which means that he can alter the milligrams of a certain product. If your doctor, if you're in between and he thinks you need to have something compounded, he can change a capsule into liquid. Do a great job with that. It's a Medicine Shop at 14th and Main in Hutchinson. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. We'll talk more about this ball game when we return. Look at some of the scores and the standings as well throughout the Jayhawk Conference when we return with more from Liberal. A 1-point Hutchinson lead, 36-35 at intermission. If you just tuned in, ladies won, Hutchinson won 72-70. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Need to send someone money? Pay a babysitter? Split the bill? Use First Pay. It is the person-to-person payment option located right inside your online banking app. There is no need to download an additional application. It is simple, safe, and secure. We're first for you. Visit fnbhutch.bank to learn more, or click on your First National Bank app to get started. You can also stop into a location nearest you, and we're happy to help. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
HCC Sports on Radio is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members. Mega Manufacturing, Sporting Chiropractic Center, Papa John's Pizza, A&A Builders, Barclay Plumbing Company, Sutton Coppin Transmission Service, Lowen Corporation, Old Office Shares, Dr. Eric Severud with Alliance Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Todd and Cindy Miller of Homestead Senior Care, Man Wyatt and Rice Injury Lawyers, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp and the Hutchinson Clinic, and the Green Vision Group of Hutchinson. Hi, this is Rob, and I want to tell you about one of my favorite places in Kansas to get a melt-in-your-mouth cheeseburger. It's RV Drive-In, where they've been serving up fresh food, not fast food, since 1948. They're famous for their burgers, but you can also try their homemade pork tenderloin sandwich, patty melts, BLTs, and so much more. Tuesday, Thursday evenings, Friday, and Saturday, they make their homemade onion rings that are the best I've ever eaten. RV Drive-In, Kansas' oldest drive-in at 201 East Avenue A and online at rvdrivein.com. Go Blue Dragons!
Welcome to the Hutchinson Medicine Shop. With the emergence of big business, not only in pharmacy, but all industries, the Medicine Shop is proud to be a thriving local business in Hutchinson. We're so thankful to our customers in Hutchinson, Reno County, and Central Kansas for your support. In turn, we're proud to be a major sponsor of the Hutch High Salthawks, as well as other area high schools, the Blue Dragons, Chiefs, Royals, Jayhawks, and Wildcats. You support us, and the Hutchinson Medicine Shop supports local sports.
Welcome back to Seward. Glenn Brownlow along with Darren Dunn. A 1-point lead at halftime, 36-35, and flips the leaders. Barton won tonight in a big way, 129-101 over Garden City. Colby won over Pratt as well, and you kind of did Hudson a favor there, as even though we're still chasing Colby, Pratt with an 8-6 record, Hudson playing right now with a 7-6. Hudson was behind Pratt going into this game, and still are because the win that Pratt had in double overtime. But you look at the East, Callie's got a 3-game lead with 8 games to go over Butler. Butler's playing well though. 10-4 is Butler, 12-1 is Callie. They had the night off, and Independence at 9-4. We still don't have a score in on their game, and Coffeyville is at 9-5. Allen County at 9-5, and Neosho at 5-9. So your bottom fathers there, Cloud at 2-12, and Neosho at 5-9. Everybody else is in the race, and they could usually move up, be right behind Cali. Cali doing a good job over there with a 3-game lead. Right here in the West, Barton at 11-3, Colby at 11-3, then Pratt at 8-6, that's 7-6. Seward's at 7-6, so you can see why the importance of this game. Gardens at 2-12, Dodge and Northwest Kansas Tech both at 1-13. And Darren, this makes it kind of important to stay on track with Pratt and stay within reach of both Colby and Barton, because you still have games to play with them.
Yeah, this is the part of the season where when teams get hot, they can be really hard to beat. So that's why a lot of times you see teams that have closer to 500 records do so well in those postseason tournaments. It's because there's this bonding that happens during this part of the season, and everything kind of comes together, and everyone's playing at the highest possible level.
And again, with Barton and Colby off and running, Colby really has the edge because they met the head-to-head. And over Barton, they got the win over Barton. And we'll just see what happens the second time around. Same way with both Colby has to come into our place. This team from Seward has to come into Hutchinson and see what happened. Now in the girls' campaign, the Hutch Blue Dragon ladies really took a big step with the win tonight, 72-70 over the Saints, as they're kind of in the driver's seats right now for the Western Division. We'll see what's going to happen there. And you think about that loss to Cali on the last second shot from just across half court, where Hutchinson could be right now. But they're winning, and they're playing well, and they played well tonight to get the win. Even though they gave up a big lead, they came back with some moxie in that fourth quarter and got the win.
Yeah, I think one thing you got to look at to change for that game when it comes back to the sports arena is to continue to box out. Gave up way too many second chance opportunities to the Saints.
36-35 right now. Again, the Hutchinson on top of the Saints. They're going to take a 2-minute timeout. We will come back and chat a little bit more about this game. By the way, KU got a 3-point win today over Texas Tech, a big win at Allen Fieldhouse over the Red Raiders. Also, Baylor continues to play well. Bandu playing very well for them as well. Oregon still playing well also. Creighton with a big game win over Villanova today in top 25 action. We will take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with more right after this.
Getting the most back from your tax return starts with getting the most expertise. H&R Block has more enrolled agents than any other tax preparation company, and we guarantee the accuracy of every return prepared by our tax professionals. We find every credit and deduction to lower your tax bill. Put our expertise to work on your return, and don't just get your taxes done, get your taxes won in Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
Because you've always wanted a hot tub, Pools Plus and American Whirlpool have made it easy. Join us at the Wichita Home Show, February 6th through the 9th. Pools Plus offers hot tubs in many shapes and sizes. From smaller models up to large swim spas, you are sure to find a hot tub that fits into your life. Come check out the savings at the Wichita Home Show at Century 2, February 6th through the 9th. Same great deals going on in store at Pools Plus, 21 East 1st in downtown Hutchinson.
Call us at Pools Plus.
HCC Sports on Radio is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members. Mega Manufacturing, Burton Chiropractic Center, Papa John's Pizza, A&A Builders, Barclay Plumbing Company, Sutton Coppin Transmission Service, Lowen Corporation, Old Office Shares, Dr. Eric Severud with Alliance Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Todd and Cindy Miller of Homestead Senior Care, Man Wyatt and Rice Injury Lawyers, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, and the Green Vision Group of Hutchinson.
This is Carter Fowle, president of Hutchinson Community College. I invite you to join us this winter as the proud tradition of Blue Dragon men's and women's basketball continues at the historic Hutchinson Sports Arena. Both teams are favorites in the tough Jayhawk Conference, so you won't want to find the schedule at BlueDragonSports.com, like us on Facebook, and follow Blue Dragon Sports on Twitter. As always, go Blue Dragons.
Again, welcome back to the Greenhouse. Glenn Grimlow, Darren Dunn. And Darren, I was looking at the top 25. There's a couple top 10s that went down. Xavier beat Seton Hall. Seton Hall was number 10. Villanova went down to Creighton by 15, 76-61. And it's going to get interesting with the NCAA as well, just going down the stretch here. With KU's big win, and K-State lost to West Virginia. So, again, with number one team in the nation, the Baylor Bears playing very well.
Well, especially considering that's been a tough place for teams to play this year. You know, think of how many times number one went down in that first half of the season, and Baylor has kind of been able to roll with the punches and keep that spot.
Got some, of course, the special tomorrow with the Super Bowl. Starts on VW Radio right around 1 o'clock. The kickoff's at 5:30. A lot of pregame activity. We'll have Westwood One with our own, our own Kevin Harlan with the call on that one, who used to be the voice of the Chiefs long time ago, and I think is one of the best voices in radio right now. He'll do a great job and bring you all that action. On Monday night, don't forget Dragon Talk. I'll be along with Steve Eck at AJ's on the Alley. It's from 6 to 7. Steve will be with John Onges, Steve Carpenter, that is. John Onges from 7:30 to 7. And then on the Reno County Coaches Show and more, we'll have some good interviews taking place. Adam Clark, the Central Christian boys coach, is doing a great job. And Kiana Mangakahia will be my guest from Syracuse. She's not playing this year because she beat cancer. On June 7th, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She has beat it, took the chemotherapy, had a double mastectomy, and she was out doing outstanding. And you want to hear that interview. Is Tiana she still calls Lincoln Preisner every day. She's very much a big fan of the Blue Dragons, and she's an outstanding young lady, and you will enjoy that interview at 7:05 on Monday night on VW Sports.
Blue Dragons here in the second half. We'll have to see if Seward will cool off. This team 30.9% on the year from beyond the arc, but have heated up in conference play where this team is shooting 36.6%. I had 8 made three-pointers in that first half. It's no secret that Seward was wanting to shoot the three. 64.5% of their attempts in that first half came from beyond the arc. So the Blue Dragons are going to have to hope that Seward can kind of cool off in the second half, because that's really what kept the Saints in this ballgame.
Yeah, they got a couple big ones and a couple steals. Hutchinson was kind of starting to pull away a little bit. And Hutchinson at one time had led by 6 right off the bat, and then had some other leads in the ballgame. Right now it's a 1-point lead. Here's Seward to start this second half, and they take the lead with the three. His shot put up by Novitsky. his first basket, and it is a three-pointer up and good, and it makes it the lead now at 38-36 for the Saints, just underway in the second half of play. Baker, once they hand the ball off, it keeps it. Singleton cut through and got an arm in his face. Back out over to Mitchell. Mitchell, right wing. Dribble penetrates, 6 on the shot clock. Ball rejected, and it'll be 3 on the shot clock. Hutchinson basketball, however. And Hutchinson's going to have to go for a quick one. Let's see if they go into Fred or possibly Singleton. Hutchinson's done that before.
They like to get Singleton off this quick inbound.
And here comes Mitchell to inbound. He'll get it. Holding it, still holding it, still holding it. Finally gets it to Brown. He'll shoot it on its way. It's deflected. Loose basketball, shot clock violation. Good, well defended by the Saints. So Hutchinson gives it up. The Saints will bring it up with a 2-point lead. Left side. Again, Cardassi. Out top to go to Nowitzki. He'll take it inside and jam it home. Found an opening. And Nowitzki made him pay. He has 5 points, all coming in the second half.
No one on the help side, and Mitchell just too late to get there.
40-36, a 4-point lead for the Saints. Hutchinson will kick it on the right side. They hand it off now to Singleton. He'll float, miss it. Battles for the board. Can't get to it. It'll be the Saints basketball. Tough move right there by Saquon as his shot just came up a little short. So Saints will come up to have a little pressure in the backcourt. As Tyler Brown will put some token pressure up. And up the court comes Santiago. Gives it away. Back out top now. Nowitzki. Looks to the left. Takes it left. Down low underneath. Quest stops him on the dribble. Now they hand it inside into paint. Close to a 3-second violation, but a three-pointer by Santiago from outside. Drains it from the outer perimeter. Santiago now with 5 points. 43-36. Hutchinson trails at the drive and blocked at the basket by Tyler Brown. Here come the Saints. They'll drive it down and lose the basketball out of bounds. It'll be Saints basketball with 17:56 to go. Hutchinson has not got on track in this second half, and they'll take a quick 30. Steve wants to talk things over, see what's going on. 43-36 Saints. We'll be back with more from the greenhouse after this 30-second timeout in Liberal.
Just as the Hutchinson Blue Dragons athletics are a tradition, so is the Anchor Inn in downtown Hutchinson. Whether you plan lunch or dinner or even take out for home, the Anchor Inn is a great family restaurant that you are sure to enjoy. Order off their great menu or take advantage of the Anchor Inn's awesome buffet. You'll make a great choice either way. The Anchor Inn is also a great spot to meet up with old friends and acquaintances because everyone goes to the Anchor. That's the Anchor Inn at 128 South Main in Hutchinson, proud supporters of Hutchinson Blue Dragon Athletics.
Welcome back to the greenhouse. The ball inbounded by the Saints. Now working around on the right wing. Nowitzki has it. He's been solid in the second half. He'll drive in again and score it. He is just eating up Queth underneath. Nowitzki with another basket. 7 points since he checked in at halftime after he picked up 2 quick fouls. Here's Baker on the outside, 45-36. Hutchinson trailing. Hutch has not scored in his first 2 minutes plus in the second half. There's a basket by Baker as he takes it inside. Josh with the basket. He has 12.
Breaks a 10-0 Saints run to open up this second half.
Yeah, they trailed it. Got the threes and the steals. Here's Nowitzki, kicks it left side. Three-pointer on his way. Nope, not there, but a rebound, and Santiago kicks it back outside. They shoot it up from the outer perimeter, up and missing. The rebound cleared by Baker off the miss by Nowitzki. So he shows he is for real and missed that shot. Here they feed it inside, travel on Queth.
14 turnovers for the Blue Dragons. Meanwhile, the Saints at last possession, first 2 misses of the half.
45-38. The lead is 7 now for the Saints, and they'll bring the basketball up. Cardassi Gets across to halftime. A couple seconds to spare. Now he sets it up against against Brown, excuse me. Baker comes over on Santiago. The drive down. Through outside. They go to Johnson. Back outside. Contact made. Push foul called. That'll be the third on Nabisky. And that'll get the crowd wound up.
And if I'm Jason Sauter, I think I would let him ride this out. I mean, he's been so integral in giving you this lead that you have, but instead he's going to try to save those fouls.
He's going to save it and check him out right now. It'll be interesting to see how long he leaves him. 16:27 to go in this second half. It's a 7-point St. lead of 45-38. Hutchinson's been able to only garner 2 points in this quarter. Here's a Brown look outside to Baker. Baker over the right side to Singleton. Tries to isolate and takes it inside himself. Puts the shot up. Angle's no good. In rebound cleared away there by Johnson. He got Saquon figured out on the inside. Kicking on the outside, a long three. This one's good as well again. And Jawara knocks it down from outside. He has 5. And it is all of a sudden all Saints 48-38, a 10-point lead.
11 made three-pointers from 7 different players.
Queth has it. Bangs it down low. Gets off balance. Puts it up and misses a rebound. No underneath by D.B. Mitchell. Head fakes. Goes up. Can't get it done. And close to a steal, but rebounding is going to be Saints. And they'll give it to Santiago. Drive by Johnson. He misses the shot. And it goes out of bounds. Last touched off the Saints.
Now, Majak Queth keeps the Blue Dragons out of near disaster because a dunk would have brought the lid off of this place if Johnson was able to throw that one down. Part of that 10-0 run to start this half came from a couple of three-pointers, a huge dunk, and a layup.
O'Cone is going to check out of the contest. He had a stretch in there from February of 13 all the way to February of 14 with 3 straight losses to this team, including 2 away. There's a foul called at the other end. But before that, they've also had her number over the last 3 years. Joanna will pick up his 3rd. And that'll help the Blue Dragon cause. Into the lineup comes Henderson. 10-point lead, 48-38. Saints on top. Hutchinson will inbound left side baseline with 15-17 to go. O'Cone with the ball on the outside. Goes out to Mitchell. Mitchell points to set the ball screen, and Queth peels off of the layup. Good by Mitchell. DJ making something happen. First basket of the second half for him. He has 8. Cuts that 10-point lead down now to 8. 48-40. 22 on the shot clock. Saints basketball. They'll weave it out front. They'll kick it underneath. Loose basketball. But it goes in the corner. Santiago has it and loses it off of him out of bounds.
9 turnovers now on the Saints. And the question at half, will the Saints cool off from distance? And they have not.
They have not, and at least in this first 5 minutes and 15 seconds. You're so true on that. Right now, a 13-4 run. There's a three-pointer put up by Mitchell. Mitchell's starting to get a little feel for the outside. He has 11 in double figures right now for DJ out of Washington, D.C. Cuts it to a 5-point ball game. We'll go the other way, and a 2-point basket this time by Kardassi. Kardassi first basket. He has 11 points to his credit. 50-43 onside. Hutch puts it up and in. Queth with the slam. Queth gets it up and in, and it's 4 points for him. 50-45. The lead is 5 now for the Saints. 2-possession game with 13:53 to go in this second half. Feet inside. Back outside. 3 ball. Way off his mark. No good. But right back into the hands of a Saint. And Johnson will make him pay. Greg Johnson with his first deuce. 8 points to his credit. Back up by 7 now are the Saints. 52-45. 13:30 to go. DJ Mitchell on the top of the key. Hands it off to Baker. Baker rolls off the ball screen. Keeps corner right. Brown with a 3 is good. Tyler Brown with the 3-point basket from the far corner right, and a timeout taken, a 30-second timeout taken by the Blue Dragons. Tyler Brown with his 6 points. We're going to break in. Hutchinson cuts the gap a little bit. 52-48. It's a 4-point ball game. Saints with the basketball. Saints with the lead. We'll come back in 30 seconds.
Like a good deal? Need a new phone? Listen up. Trade in your old device at Nextech Wireless and get half off any smartphone. Then take your shiny new phone shopping with your $100 Visa gift card. That's any smartphone, plus cash to spend. Oh yeah, need more lines? No problem. Get a new smartphone at half price for everyone in the family, plus up to $300 in Visa gift cards. Visit Nextech Wireless today. Your new phone and cash are waiting. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Saints still leading in that second chance points opportunity by way of 6-3, but Hutchinson's cut that lead down to 4 now. Saints with the basketball. Ball on the outer perimeter. They'll give it off to Johnson. Johnson with the basketball. 13:05 to go in the second half. They'll feed it to Santiago. Three-pointer does not go. Brown goes high to bring down the rebound. And Hutchinson will bring it up. DJ Mitchell wants to push it. He has Baker on the right. Elects to pull it back a little bit. Works on Santiago. A 4-point ball game. Hutchinson with a chance to really drive it in. Shot does not go for Baker on the drive. The rebound kicks out, and here comes the Saints. Cardaci across. He gives it to Santiago, and a and one. Oh, we're now going to call a charge, right?
Yeah, charge on the dish.
So will they wave off the basket?
Yeah, the shot never happens.
Okay, it's waved off. As Cardaci will pick up his second. So that takes 2 off the board, and Hutchinson remains down by 4.
Dragons with 4 made three-pointers in this one. 11 for the Saints. The Saints average just under 6 made three-pointers a game.
Here's DJ Mitchell. He'll bring it up, and a blocking foul is going to be called on the big man down low. Eberheim picks up the first one. Will be his second. Hebron will be his second. It'll be the team 4th. So Mitchell at the line to try to cut that lead in half. 52-48 right now for the Saints. Just tuned in, Lady Dragons came from behind to win 72-70 over the Saint Ladies. Game was tied at 70 apiece when Abby Ogle hit a drive to the basket on the right side. They'll give them a 72-70 lead, and that's what this final score was. Free throws up and good by Mitchell. So 21-2 now are John Angeles' Ladies. More importantly, they take over first place in the West. Free throws up and good by Mitchell. 13 points for DJ. It's a 2-point ball game at 52-50. Saints with the lead and the basketball. 12:25 to go in this second half. Shot put up and missing. Now they're getting a little bit cooler, Darren, on the missed shots from the outside. Hutchinson basketball.
Yeah, you hope that continues to finish out the game.
Mitchell with the ball on the outside. Darren indicated how hot they were to start the second half, and now they cooled off last couple of possessions. Drive by Mitchell. Ball knocked away. It'll be Hutchinson basketball. PJ saying in there a foul there someplace as he lays prone on the floor, but he'll be down right side baseline. Looks to Steve Eck on the bench along with Brian Miller.
Just a big man to try to shoot over at 7-1, and then he stretches his arms straight up to the sky.
One down left side baseline. Tyler Brown will key it. Get it inside to O'Cone. He'll back it in against the big man. Goes, he holds up. I thought he was going to go up. Gets it out to Mitchell. 6 on the shot clock. DJ with the ball on the outside. Now to O'Cone. Here's Baker. He'll drive in. 1 second. Doesn't get it on his hands. Waves it off. He got the basket. But it'll be a shot clock violation. It'll go over to the Saints.
15 turnovers in that split second. The difference between a turnover and a 2-point basket to tie it up.
With the basketball will be Santiago. Will bring it across the half court. Looks to the right side. Takes it all the way to the baseline. Cardaci off the pick, comes out top. And he go down low underneath to the big man. He'll work on Queth. Kicks it back outside. Santiago, 12 on the shot clock. Loses the ball. There's a dive for it. Trying to get a hand in there is Queth. Finally coming up with it will be the Saints. And they'll drive down and a foul on Mitchell. And DJ reacts like, that can't be. As he just kind of hand checked him out there a little bit. Shot clock was trying to go down. It will be his second. Here comes the inbounds. They'll lob it into the hands now. Attacking. He goes down low and Queth knocks it away out of bounds. 52-50, still a 2-point ball game with the Saints with the lead. Hutch led at halftime by 1 point. They'll lob it outside. That's Johnson. Gives it off Karachi. He'll drive inside. Shoots and misses. Rebound cleared. Mitchell. Hutchinson to bring it up. 11-12 to go in the contest. And O'Cone gets called for the travel. Kind of tripped over on that far side, Darren. You and I both had a pretty good look at it. Kind of tripped away, and he got him for the travel.
16 turnovers now for the Blue Dragons. Clarence King will come back in. And one thing he needs to do in the second half is just play his game. Don't settle for the three. Know that the Saints are giving him that three because he came into this contest with just one made three-pointer on the year, shooting 8% from beyond the arc. He's much better at driving and creating.
Santiago up to Henderson on the left side. Bounce pass out between the keys now. Taking to the left side, Jawara. Still on the dribble, holds up. Bounces down the low block, so work inside on Quest. Shot up, no good. Brown with the rebound. Quest held his ground. Here comes Tyler Brown. Pass to Quest. He goes for the jam. Knocked down, but a foul called. What a pass by Brown. Quest went airborne, and he had it right up by the rim. Cool. Foul's going to be called on Taki. That'll be his second. In the act of shooting will be Queth. And let's see how that left leg is. Boy, that was so close to even to be basket interference. Pretty nice pass from Tyler Brown.
Yeah, there's only one spot he could put it, and he laid it in there perfectly.
Free throw by Queth is good. Makes it 52-51.
What increased the level of difficulty was he was straight lines with Queth, and he had to bounce it around two defenders.
Second shot's good as well. Both free throws are down. 6 points for Queth, 52-52 tie. And back in checks Novitsky, who had a red-hot start to the second half. 7 points total.
Yeah,
he's in foul trouble with three.
Big part of that 10-0 run. He had a couple of threes and a big dunk.
Bring it up to the right side, Henderson. Henderson jab steps, holds back. I'll hand it off to Santiago now. Santiago out of Argentina drives underneath and gets the ball over on the left baseline. The foul is going to be called. Is it on Clarence? Yeah, Clarence King will pick up the personal. So not enough to shoot, and it was not in the act of shooting, so little inbound. Henderson will trigger the inbounds pass. Novitsky has it. Over the right side, and Henderson with a drive and a foul called on the baseline. If it's on Brown, let's check it. It will be. That'll be his second. So inbounding again, this time on the right side will be Henderson. As Johnson in the right-hand corner. Novitsky calling for the ball, gets into Johnson. Johnson on the dribble, back out top now Novitsky. To Santiago. Santiago rolls off the ball screen. Goes left side with the ball. Dribble penetration by Jawara. Ball outside again. Here, Jawara with the shot from the outside. It glances off, no good. Now out of bounds it sails. It'll be Hutchinson basketball. So Hutchinson had the ball. We're tied at 52 all. 10:01 to go in this first half of play. Next time we'll have a whistle stoppage play. We'll have a media timeout. Seward had it on. Chief engineer back on the board doing a great job tonight. Give it go underneath. Baker layup good. Hutchinson caught him laughing a little bit. Baker with 14 points now. And Hutchinson gets the lead back at 54-52. Didn't panic. When Seward was hitting everything, now to go down low to Novitsky. He'll kick it back outside. Around the horn to Santiago. The drive baseline, throws up a shot, comes out on him, no good. Queth with the rebound, and he's covered up in double team. Gets it to Clarence King, and they'll bring it down. Hutch with the 3-on-2 situation. King just drove right around Nowitzki and put it up and in. King says, you even try to come my way, you're going to foul, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, Nowitzki just held his ground at 6'10", and King said, oh, I'll take this route around the outside.
7 points for King. 56-52 now. Hutch with the lead by 4. Here's a drive and a foul called. Foul's going to go against Hutchinson. West will pick up his second. See if we substitute or not.
Should be media.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be the media. 56-52. Hutchinson with a 4-point lead. Saints will have the basketball when we return right after this 1-minute timeout.
There's gold within their heels, or jewelry boxes. Turn your broken or no longer worn gold and silver jewelry into cash at Salt City Pawn and Jewelry. We give you an instant cash price for rings, necklaces, pendants, bracelets, and even dental gold or broken jewelry. No sense letting it collect dust in the jewelry box. Clean it out and turn it into cash. We also buy electronics, video games, firearms, tools, and more. We pay you in cash, so come see what your items are worth and leave with more of the green stuff. Find us on the web at saltcitypawn.com. Call 662-0403 or stop in at 916 East 4th in Hutchinson.
Hi, Brian Bobo, General Manager at Midwest Superstores. With the inclement weather and everyday life, if you're ever in need of a body shop, we have a great one. Also, we work on all makes and models of cars and with most insurance companies. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30. We do all repairs from the small dents and scratches to roof replacements and more. So come out and see us or send a tow truck to 1100 East 30th, north side of the building. Call at 620-662-6631. Visit us online at MidwestSuperstore.com.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Greenhouse in Liberal, Kansas on the campus of Seward County Community College. It is a nice lead of 56-52 for the Hutchinson Blue Dragons as they bounce back after a long drought. Started this first half of play.
Dragons owning the paint, 30 points to the Saints 12, but that's been washed out by 11 three-pointers from the Saints. The only thing, after the Saints made that 11 three-pointer, have now gone 0 for 6 from distance and have really cooled off not only outside the arc, but inside of it.
Listen to Blue Dragon basketball on KHUT Hutchinson as well as KWBW Hutchinson, also on the World Wide Web by way of the stream at Eagle Media and BlueDragonSports.com. At the line to shoot free throws will be Johnson. Greg Johnson will toe the line. Takes his time. Free throw toss is up and good. Kind of nestles in right there. Free throw by Johnson. 9 points for him. They'll toe the line. Again, they're shooting well in the second half. They are 4 out of 4. Free throw toss. This one bouncing down and good. So Johnson got them both. Those are 2 big free throws. Makes it a 2-point lead. 56-54 Hutchinson. And that's Willem Bound. Full court pressure on the Dragons. Brown gets it across. Ball knocked away, but Brown ran it back after King touched it. Mitchell out high to Baker. Sets the ball screen. Baker rolls to his right. Jab step. Pulls back. Kicks it to the corner to Mitchell. Now Queth has it. Works against Nowitzki. He'll bounce it back outside. King with an open 3 on its way. This time he hits it.
3-point basket by Clarence King.
Clarence kind of saying, guys, I'm going to hit this 3-pointer, and he has 10 points already. But as you indicated, he came in this game not shooting very good. That was a big basket.
Yeah, 1 for 4 now this game from beyond the arc.
Give and go. Back outside. Here's Johnson. He'll pop it. Shot up missing. Rebound cleared away by Baker. Hutchinson with a 5-point lead, 59-54, 8:07 to go in the contest. King with the ball on the outside. Tries, finds the seam, goes up, lays it up, and scores it. Clarence King with a little bit of a spurt here. Is it a 3 and a deuce? Actually has another basket in this second half of play. 12 points total. All the way through. Ball thrown away over the hands of Johnson. Nice job on the baseline to force that bad pass. It'll be Blue Dragons basketball.
Clarence King, by the way, ties his career high. It's the 3rd time now that he's scored 12 points.
Here comes the inbound. Baker has in the backcourt. Hutchinson's going to be very deliberate with the next 7:42 right here with a 7-point lead. He had a 6-point lead to start the ball game. Baker to the free throw line. Nice pass underneath to Brown. He can't finish, though. Loose basketball. And coming up with it will be Nowitzki. Here comes the Saints. They'll drive it down, lay it up, and a foul called. No basket. Brown on the foul.
Personal foul on Hutchinson's number 10, Tyler Brown, his third.
That'll be his third. Comes at the 7:24 mark.
Shooting 2 for Seward County.
He's played a bunch of minutes in today. Here comes Saquon Singleton back in. Tyler Brown, last time out, had played 25 minutes. And had his second only to Josh Baker's 30. Josh, I don't think, has had a break. Free throws up and missing, so the first miss of the second half.
Number 1, Saquon.
Darren Jawara misses. Jawara will shoot another one. He has 5 points total tonight. It's out of Bronx, New York. He and Taki is both out of the same high school. Gets the second one down, which was James Monroe out of the Bronx, New York. 6 points for him tonight now, and it cuts the lead down to 6, 61-55. Hutch. Baker on the outside. All the way over to Mitchell. Now corner left to King. Down low to Queth. Back outside Baker. Three-pointer on its way. No good. And coming up with loose basketball will be the Saints. They'll bring it up quickly. They'll drive in. Henderson bounce pass left in the corner. They'll pull it back outside Jawara. Jawara drives in. Tries to go to Santiago, and DJ Mitchell picked his pocket. Santiago was set in the corner for try to get the kick out. And DJ just simply stepped in and stole it away. 6.5 to go now. Hutchinson 61, Saints 55. Three-pointer by King again. It comes off no good. The rebound's going to be cleared out of there. And Saints will bring the basketball up. Jawara. Left side. They're looking the low blocks. Nowitzki goes up. Can't get it done. Queth with good defense comes away with the rebound. And with 6:11 to go right now, time is an asset for Hutchinson. They have a 6-point lead. See if they can close this thing out or not. 61-55. Hutchinson with the lead. Mitchell the three. Off his back, no good. Off the back iron, and actually off the flange, no good. And all of a sudden, Hutch has gone cold. King with the missed three, and so's Mitchell. Drive inside, layup won't go. Follow not there. Loose basketball picked up by DJ Mitchell. And Hutchinson will have the basketball. 6 rebounds for Mitchell now. Hutchinson really leading in that department. At the last time out, it was 31-19 on the rebound total. Here's King. He'll drive in, puts the ball up, and scores it. King with his best game.
Yeah, there it is. Drive that ball. Don't settle for the three if you're Clarence King. Do what you do best, and that's driving to either finish yourself or create for your teammates.
Seward wants to talk things over. 5:18 to go in this second half of play. It's 63-55. All Hutchinson. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Basketballs are bouncing and crowds are cheering. Your best offense during cold and flu season is a good defense. Drink plenty of liquids, get plenty of rest, and keep your hands sanitized. If a bug still manages to get you, Ashcraft Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy, has over-the-counter medications that can help. Or if you need a prescription, we offer free mail-out, free delivery, or call ahead for our handy curbside service. Go Dragons! From Ashcraft Pharmacy in the Hart Shopping Center, South Hutchinson, and Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Boy, Darren, Seward started off the half red hot, and right now they're shooting 7 out of 20, 35%. But they were like 5 out of 6 when they first started, something like that. And they've cooled off a lot. Well, Hutchinson gets some bench points. Again, King helping provide a bunch of those. That's right now with 22 bench points to Seward 16. Good job by King to come in, play 19 minutes, and score 14 points.
Blue Dragons, after allowing that 10-0 run by the Saints to open up this second half, have gone on a 27-9 run to take this lead.
Pretty good. By the way, next Wednesday we'll be out in Goodland. Game time 6 and 8, but that's Mountain Time. So you do the math. On the drive outside Nowitzki. They'll drive inside, float it, up and good. Count the basket and a foul called. Cardacci will take it in.
Personal foul on Hutchinson's number 1.
He's able to score it. That's only his second basket in his second half. He had a couple trays plus a 3-point play with free throws from the line for 9 first half points. This one's up and missing. Rebound's going to be cleared out. So 63-57. Hutchinson's lead is trimmed down to 6 with 4:57 to go. Here's Clarence King handling the ball a lot in the second half. Here's Baker. Baker to the left side. Down low to Queth. Ball knocked away from him, and coming up with the Nowitzki for the Saints. Now he loses it, gets it back to Santiago. There's a drive by Johnson, not there, and Baker comes up with it, gets the pass to Queth. Loose basketball at half court, finally picked up by Seward, and they keep it alive. They'll drive down and a foul call. Queth will get whistled for the foul on the floor as Nowitzki took it in strong. That was a crazy turn of events right there.
Yeah, you had a lot of contact on some loose balls, and then the contact that's actually called at the end of it didn't look as bad as some of the contact that happened before it.
Nowitzki will go to the line. The foul was on Queth. That'll be his third. 4:24 to go in the contest. Stops the clock with 4:24 to go, and Seward shooting free throws in a 6-point ball game. Free throws up and good. Nowitzki converts. He will shoot a second one. Nowitzki first trip to the line. 1 for 1 right now. Takes his time. Free throw toss comes off. No good. DJ Mitchell with the rebound. Mitchell now with 7 rebounds in the contest to go along with his 13 total points. (63-58) Hutchinson. 5-point lead. Brown on the outside, drives on Santiago, kicks it in and out of Quest's hands. He can't handle the hot pass. As it was blazing down there from Brown. Goes out of bounds with 4:02 to go.
Lead right now at 5 for the Blue Dragons. You like to see them extend it a little bit before we get down to about a minute to play.
63-58. Blue Dragons with the basketball will be Seward.
It was the 3-minute stretch to close out that first half after we got to the 4-minute mark that really propelled the Blue Dragons to that halftime lead. Let's see if they can close out the game strong.
Kudarchi outside. Now gives it off quickly to in the hands Joara. Nowitzki gets it back. Preaching foul called on Brown. Thought it had a jump ball. Tyler Brown with his 4th.
Personal foul on Hutchinson's number 10. Tyler Brown has his 4th. Team 8.
Steve Eck.
1-1 for Seward County number 15.
Questioning the call, and looked to me like Tyler just jumped in there and reached in and grabbed the ball. But they're going to say nope, it was a reach-in foul. Nowitzki's free throw's good.
Entering for Hutchinson number 3, Clarence King.
He'll shoot a second one. Brown's going to get a little bit of a rest, and it won't be much of one with 3:47 to go, and he's still having a foul to give. Nowitzki, free throws up and good. Got 2.
Entering for Seward County number 5, Brett Johnson.
10 points for Nowitzki.
He's coming off just a 4-point performance.
Here comes the inbound for Hutchinson. Hutchinson's been slowing it up a little bit. Baker milking some clock. Here's Singleton. He weighs everybody off. Singleton with 6 points tonight, coming off that hip injury that he had against Barton. Back outside. Dribble penetration by Baker. Pulls it back, finds an opening, puts it up and misses it. Tipped up and in some way by Baker.
Basket by Josh Baker.
Baker with the tip from kind of out of nowhere. 16 points for that young man tonight. 65-60 now. The lead is 5. He'll drive it down, lay it up, and score it. Nice job by Santiago. He's a good ball player. He has 7. Timeouts taken by Seward. Just under 3 minutes to go. 2:59 to be exact. Hutchinson lead is 3 with the basketball when we return right after this 30-second timeout.
Need to send someone money? Pay a babysitter? Split the bill? Use First Pay. It is the person-to-person payment option located right inside your online banking app. There is no need to download an additional application. It is simple, safe, and secure. We're first for you. Visit fnbhutch.bank to learn more, or click on your First National Bank app to get started. You can also stop into a location nearest you, and we're happy to help. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
A 3-point ball game, 65-62. Hutchinson with the possession. Hutchinson led in scoring right now with Josh Baker with 16 points, followed closely by Clarence King with 14, and DJ Mitchell with 13. Singleton will bring the ball up. 2:50 to go now. They drive it down, lose it. Lost in the paint. Here comes the Saints. Chance to get a little closer. Layup. Up and good in the end one. DJ Mitchell on the foul. Cardacci will score the basket.
Personal foul, Hutchinson 13, Josh Baker.
Baker picks up the foul. It was not on Mitchell. It's on Baker. That'll be only his first. 15 points for Cardacci, and he'll shoot one.
Had he been able to make his last and one, all of his plays have come on 3-point plays, but since he missed that last and one, we can't say that's completely true.
Free goes up and good, so he hits that one. Cardacci, 16 points, 2:42 to go. We're tied at 65. Just about like the girls' game. Saquon Singleton across the half court, looks to Baker. Baker with the basketball, out to Mitchell. Here's Baker. Thought about doing a little heat check right there, but held off. Here he gets into Singleton. He'll go up for the shot. It's not there, and it tips it out to Santiago, and he has the basketball. A chance to break the tie for the Saints. He'll bring it up. Gets away from Singleton. He goes up. Ball off, no good, but the rebound underneath. Wraparound's good. Taki comes in and gets the basket. His first in the second half, his sixth for the game, and it is a 2-point lead for the Saints, 67-65 with 2:05 to go. Timeout is on the floor, or is it an injury? Looks like it's going to be
it's Santiago.
Santiago came up hurt a little bit. Yeah, I think it's not going to be a timeout, so we'll keep it here.
Yeah, they're just trying to get the Blue Dragons back out of the huddle. They kind of huddled up after the injury.
Stuck over there a little bit. 67-65 Saints. They came out red hot. Took a pretty good lead as well. Hutch came back. Then he kind of went dormant. Hutchinson was able to get a lead. Here we go. Mitchell, his shot won't go. Tries to get the rebound, taken away from him by Taki. Up the court at half court. There's a steal. Kicked out. Those Saints get it back. Now Baker, he didn't fully have it, so not a turnover. Cardacci to the left side. Here's Johnson. Holds up. Kicks it all the way across. Cardacci into the paint. Floater. Doesn't go. They tip it over the back is going to be the call on Novitsky. That'll be his fourth. Over the back. Hutchinson will have the basketball, and they'll be going to the east with the basketball.
Good job by Queth making contact. If he doesn't put the box out in effect, that foul doesn't happen.
67-65, Saints on top by 2. Ball on the outer perimeter. Here's Brown. Back outside. Baker to the right side. Now Baker shoots it on his way and hits the three. Hutch with the lead now, 68-67. This one is just about like the girls' game. 19 points for Baker, a full timeout for Hutchinson. A minute and 16 to go. Hutch with the lead, 68-67. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back right after this 1-minute timeout.
HCC Sports on Radio is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members, Mega Manufacturing, Sporting Chiropractic Center, Papa John's Pizza, A&A Builders, Barclay Plumbing Company, Sutton Coppin Transmission Service, Lowen Corporation, Old Office Shares, Dr. Eric Severud with Alliance Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Todd and Cindy Miller of Homestead Senior Care, Man Wyatt and Rice Injury Lawyers, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, and the Green Vision Group of Hutchinson.
When you're looking for jewelry that's one of a kind, remember Amelia Bedelia's filled with thousands of beads and stones. And with my passion for design, I can create something that's perfect for you. Amelia Bedelia's, 115.5 South Main Street in downtown Hutchinson. Go Blue Dragons.
This is Kelly, owner of Brick House Boutique. Stay warm and look fabulous at the same time with comfy, trendy, and affordable clothing. You'll also appreciate the personal attention that you'll always get when you shop at Brick House Boutique. Big city chic in a downtown boutique at 117 South Main in Hutchinson.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Glenn Grunwald along with Darren Dunn. We're in the greenhouse in the Liberal. Blue Dragon basketball right here on KHUT as well as KWBW, Hudson, Kansas. And the 1-point lead for Hutch. 1:07 to go. Here's Saints on a run. They'll kick it right side. Bardacci will take it inside, floats to the laner, doesn't go. Rebound cleared by the Blue Dragons off the missed shot. Here comes Saquon Singleton to King. King inside, gets covered up, gets the ball over to Saquon Singleton. They'll set it up outside. 49 seconds to go. And a foul, a call, timeout on the floor. Steve Eck wants to talk things over. A 1-point lead, 68-67. Going to keep it here, Darren, because we have been in this situation before. Just recently, the whole month of January feels like, doesn't it?
Yeah, in the last couple of games especially, you had 4 and 5 point leads respectively, and both of those squandered within the last minute. And here, it's only a 1-point advantage. And for the Blue Dragons, really, if it's not for Saquon Singleton down there on the baseline, that ball gets knocked away from Clarence King. Almost goes out on the Blue Dragons. Singleton able to save the possession.
Situation where I think they were using some clock, and now 47.8 seconds to go. Now 18 on the shot clock. So basically, Saints should have a fresh 30 to work with, depending on whether or not they're down by 1, whether they're down by 2, 3, or even 4 points.
Well, and Seward, since going 0 for 7, this team, since they made 11 three-pointers and got off to such a hot start from beyond the arc, have gone 0 for 7. And to the Saints' credit, since they started to go cold instead of dying by the 3 like a lot of teams would tend to do, Seward has found other ways to score and keep this game close.
So Hudson will put on the floor. It'll be Queth along with Baker, Singleton, and King and Brown. King getting a lot of time here today, which is good because he's hit a couple threes as well. Here's Baker on the outside, off the ball screen set by Queth. 11 on the shot clock. He finds the seam down low, takes the baseline. Inside to Queth, back outside. DJ Mitchell, 3-ball, comes off long, no good. Great rebound cleared by Baker. Hutch gets a fresh 20. 28 on the game clock. So Hudson will work it around. Brown with the basketball. Tyler Brown to Baker. 8 on the shot clock. 7 now. He'll drive in, dribbles his way in, puts off an off-balance shot. It won't go. Queth with the rebound. Put back, no. Ball knocked away, and a travel call against the Saints. Hutch will have it with 11.7 seconds to go. And the student section in front of us is really upset. So Hutchinson will have the basketball with 11.7. Queth just about was going to seal the deal with a basket underneath. Ends up off the front of the rim. And let's see if Steve wants to settle his team down a little bit. I think he will. Another timeout. We'll get a break in. 30-second timeout coming. Hutchinson leading by 1, 68-67. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
The Hutch Medicine Shop and the Hutch Blue Dragons have a lot in common. In addition to our logos both being blue, all 3 pharmacists at the Medicine Shop graduated from HCC. Rick Stone in 1984, Brent Bauman in 2001, and Lacey Stone in 2007. In fact, the Medicine Shop has employed over a dozen HCC students over the past 15 years who are now Kansas pharmacists. The Medicine Shop and the Blue Dragons working together as one team.
Don't go away, Darren. This is where I normally say in a 1-point ball game, late seconds to be sure bring the dog in from outside, put a log on the fire, and kiss Mama goodnight, because it's too close to call right now. But Hutchinson with a great opportunity with the possession with 11.7. Now Seward's got a foul. That's just simple as can be.
And you have to imagine if you're the Blue Dragons, you really want to get this ball into the hands of Josh Baker. I mean, he's been your best free throw shooter on the season. I mean, you're okay if you go to there's a couple of other guys you could go to, but I think Josh Baker has to be at the top of that list. And then ultimately you have to be ready to defend the three. Now, here's the irony. Blue Dragons have given up so many offensive rebounds as of late. A couple of late offensive rebounds for the Blue Dragons. That might go a long way for them winning this one.
They've held Seward to 6. Hutch's gotten 10. And a timeout taken by the Saints. And they're going to come back and talk things over. Let's set the stage for you for tomorrow. It'll be Super Bowl Sunday on BW. That'll happen at 1 o'clock. And then the kickoff is actually at 5:30. So you can tune in to Kevin Harlan with Westwood 1 all tomorrow afternoon. Turn down your TV if you want to and listen for the ball game to Kevin as he does an outstanding job. He's the one that came up, what a play, baby. Oh, baby, what a play. That's what he came up with. I actually thought I came up with it, but I think it was just a delusion of grandeur. He does a great job. And that'll be on at 1 o'clock, kickoff at 5:30. Chiefs versus the 49ers. And then we turn around on Monday to have Dragon Talk at AJ's on the Alley. Need a big crowd out there for Dragon Talk. And I'll be on with Steve Eck to start off from 6 to 6:30. And then from 6:30 to 7, Steve Carpenter will be along with John Hodges. And then at 7:05, the Reno County Coaches Show and more. Piano Manikia, who is a star player for basketball for the Syracuse Orange. However, she was diagnosed in June with breast cancer. She's overcame that. She was cleared in November. She's trying to come back. And she will be my guest on the Reno County Coaches Show. And a reach-in foul's called. Reach-in foul's called on the baseline is going to work against the Saints with 9.3 to go. So there was a quick foul we talked about, Darren, and you were correctly right. Baker's the one that's had the ball in his hands.
And here's the big thing. It's just a 1-and-1, so he needs to hit this first one.
Yeah, he does. Getting ready for the free throw. Lots of noise here in the greenhouse. It's up and off. No good. He missed it. Saints will bring it down by only 1. They'll bring it up quickly. Kick it on the outside. Davisky down low underneath. Still ball knocked away out of bounds last second. 0.3 on the clock, just 0.3 of a second. It'll be Saints basketball, but oh so close to being a foul called in the low blocks. It will not be. It will be baseline, 0.3 to go. Saints barely have time to throw it in. There's going to be another timeout. We'll keep it there because we want to talk about this. 0.3 of a second left. 68-67 Blue Dragons, but they'll have the ball left baseline. And Darren, do you lob it in? What do you got? Do you got time to catch and release?
You have to. I mean, you're at 0.3, so the score has to come from a tap. I mean, Seward is in the worst possible position right now to try and win this basketball game. And credit Josh Baker. He could have been down on himself for missing that free throw down here, but he comes down and knocks that ball out of bounds and keeps the Saints away from getting a decent chance on the inside.
Chance to tell you about a time change next Saturday. The games will be at 2 and 4. It's homecoming against Garden City. That's on the 8th of February. 2 and 4 are the times there. Now, what you got to watch here is a foul. And usually with officials, usually it's going to have to be a really bad one to get the ball here. Right. So Hudson just needs to be defended on the inside. Don't let him have a free look. Defend like you've never defended, and that's probably what Steve Ecker's talking about. 68-67, Hutchinson. And the Saints call another timeout because they had not figured out what they were going to do. So it'll be a full. We're going to get a half-minute break in. 30-second timeout coming your way. 68-67, Blue Dragons on top. It'll be a 30. We'll be back right after this.
Getting the most back from your tax return starts with getting the most expertise. H&R Block has more enrolled agents than any other tax preparation company, and we guarantee the accuracy of every return prepared by our tax professionals. We find every credit and deduction to lower your tax bill. Put our expertise to work on your return, and don't just get your taxes done, get your taxes won in Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
Here we go. They're getting set to inbound it. They'll have it on the left baseline. And now Whistles comes in and they'll shoot it on its way for three. It comes off no good. Hutchinson wins it. Hutchinson hangs on to come away a winner by the score of 68 to 67. And the head coach for Seward,
Thank you for your support.
Jason Sauter, is really upset. I don't think that was the play they were wanting.
Well, he knew that they couldn't catch it and shoot it. I mean, that shot was waved off before it even got into the air. He knew it had to come from the tap. That's why the Dragons didn't even bother with guarding Nowitzki on the outside.
Hutchinson came in here into the greenhouse and won 2 games tonight. The girls won one 72 to 70, and here the Blue Dragons escape with a 68